Problem 3 with the daughter's Mini. The window has decided that it doesn't work properly and it's getting stuck. It's not going. So if you open the door on a Mini, when you open the door, the window should drop down and then go back up again. But as you can see, it's just going down and getting itself in a pickle. So I'm going to see if I can try and reset the window and see if that sorts it out. Which is obviously the easiest way to do it, and the way you do that is by sitting in the car. Look at this, you can not tell that this is the vehicle of a 20-year-old girly girl. Right, much as I hate to admit my children are stereotypically gender conforming, we didn't make them do it. So what you have to do is get the ignition in. Turn off the awful music, shut the door, and if you can, and the ignition is on, there you go. So we can put the window up, if it will allow me, push the window up, and then you have to hold the window button up for 10 seconds. In theory that's supposed to reset the position. So I reckon that's getting on for 10 seconds. Let go, and then when you open the window, it should be back. Except it's not. Yeah. Me suspect there's something else wrong with it, because it doesn't look like it's going back up again when you shut the door. Let's have a look. Yeah. So that is not dropping down when you open the door and pushing back up. So I'm going to have a bit more of a think about this and see whether I can work out how to fix it. So what's happened is I've put the window down and it just seems to have got stuck. I know that my daughter had a problem with it earlier, and I thought it might just be that it needs resetting. It did reset, but it's not right. It's stiff, sounding awkward. So I'm going to get the door panel off and see whether I can lubricate the mechanism, or if there's anything else wrong with it. Just diagnose it really and identify it. So what could be a nice simple job has turned into a much longer job. But there you go. What other reason do you have a geeky dad who likes doing stuff like this than to fix your car if you're a 20-year-old daughter? And I'm more than happy to do it, let's be honest. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. And it gives me something to do on a boring Sunday when everyone else is just in the house sitting on their tablets. Right, I don't know how easy this is going to be. I've not done it before. Just got an internet guide to do it. I've got my nice pot. I love my Barton little pot things that I'm going to put everything in. So it says to start off by removing this clip here under the door opening handle. So there's a little clip, and I've already pried it out a little bit, and it just pulls out. It's just a little plastic clip. Right, one thing. Let's see what's next. Right, that's out from the bottom. Right, that's that off. That was harder to do than I thought, but at least I didn't break it. Hey, right, that's that bit off. So it's quite stiff, but obviously putting a gentle pressure on it and it will gradually work its way off. Might just get a brush and clean out some of the scum from in here. But other than that, I'm not doing too bad. Just got to see whether I can expose the window winder mechanism. So managed to get that out in the end, the window winder motor. So the actual cog is okay on it, but I'm just going to see whether it's the motor that's broken or... So it looks like the motor's okay. This is much more over-engineered than I've done on other cars. I'm not quite sure why Mini feel the way to endear themselves to a home mechanic is make the door mechanism very complicated. Usually you just take this off and take the panel off and it comes away and you can get to the window mechanism. In this case, taking everything off and I still can't get to the window mechanism, which is slightly starting to annoy me, but I will probably carry on because I don't like being beaten by a stupid car. Right, after much fannying about and getting the door window down so that you can actually see the fasteners through these holes. There's another one here. You just cannot get to the mechanism without removing the glass, because in order to take this panel off, you've got to unclip the cable that goes to the door lock. You can't unclip that because this is in the way, because you can't get to it. So once you hook this off, you just got a piece of glass. Because I put some WD-40 down it just to see whether it's free up. Obviously you can see me fanning about with it, and it's just not working properly. So something's stuck, and I think the only way you can really inspect the mechanism is to get the door panel off completely. So Mini win in this scenario, whereas you know, it's just like a lot of car repairs where you want to do something and it's simple and it turns out to be really difficult because the designers of cars don't think about servicing items that over long periods of time may degrade and become unusable. It's possible this has been messed about with before, but who knows. So let me have a look. It's an old car. See if I can finally get the this off after removing the window, and then we can inspect the window winder mechanism, see whether we can actually lubricate it and get it freed up enough to operate smoothly again. Gotcha, you bugger. Right, reusing the turbo actuator tool to get grip on this. Grip on this so that it could undo. One window. Don't forget to undo all of the nuts and bolts. Yep, man. Wow. All that work just to get this small panel. Right, we take this and inspect. Right, we've got this out. This is the mechanism. I'm just going to mark it and unbolt it and see if I can see what's causing the stiffness. So down here it's got some alignments of bolts, so I'm going to undo those and just take the mechanism out, see if it can be manually operated and see what's going on. Right, after some more fanning around with the vehicle, I mean I lubricated all this up and I put it back in, but this appears to be, it's hard to see, but in here it looks like it's like debris, and I'm not sure whether this spring should be completely compressed in like this and whether this is broken. I did find a small piece of plastic as well floating around in there, but this is just stuck as far as I can see. So it's not that the external mechanism is, it's that this has gradually degraded. Obviously the use of plastic parts in cars and the vehicles, and if the window was struggling, then you know, the vehicle's old, the window, so I've got to now purchase this replacement window regulator, and my daughter's car is going to have to be off the road for a few days because I'm not putting it all back together with no window, because currently the window's taken out. So it's a little bit disappointing that it couldn't just be lubricated, but at least we got to the bottom of it, and at least we can repair it and then hopefully get my daughter's car back to working properly. It is a real pain for her not having an opening driver's side window, because it's very unhelpful if you need to go into a car park. So I will come back to this one and do part 2.